We're starting this new series on Doubters Anonymous, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to kind of lay some groundwork out about what we're going to be covering in the next 4 weeks. The series Doubters Anonymous, looked into it, looked at the 4 weeks, and it's really good stuff. It's really down to earth stuff that we can just take and you can walk out and say, that was me. That's the person who I am. Because I looked through these 4 weeks and I went, wow, there are people just like me. I felt like he was talking right to me. So this first week, I'm going to lay a little groundwork out. When you're coming off Easter, what happens if there is no resurrection? What happens if Jesus is killed on the cross and he doesn't rise? Think about that for a second. Jesus gets up on the cross. He dies. And 3 days later, he doesn't rise. We're not here. If he doesn't rise, we're not in this room today. If we are in this room today, we're a joke. Because there's no reason to be in this room. If he does not rise, he is not the Messiah he said he was going to be. So if we're in this room, we're fools. What happens when Jesus does rise, though? What does that give us when Jesus rises? New life, a new being, a reason to live. 3 types of Christians that we have in this world. The casual Christian, who talks about God once in a while, might come to church on occasion. The convenient Christian. Convenient Christians are my favorite type of Christians. And working at a church, I get these convenient Christians. Anyone that has ever come to the church that needs money, the first thing they say before I need money is, I'm a Christian, you know. Or my favorite is when someone calls and says, can I use your building to get married in? And that's my favorite. Because people call all the time to get married in a church. And their first thing they say before I want to get married is, hey, before I see this guy, I just want to tell you I'm a Christian. So a convenient Christian kind of uses Christianity to kind of normally get something. Or there's a committed Christian. And when I look around this room, we're committed Christians. Where everyone in this room is a committed Christian. But a committed Christian, it's a lifestyle. It's something of who you are. It reflects your decisions you make, what you do in your family. It affects every part of your life. You're a committed Christian. But how do you go from a casual Christian to a committed Christian? And when I started looking at this series, the answer that is given in the series is not an answer that you would normally expect. It's not an answer that you're taught. To go from a casual Christian to a committed Christian, you need to have doubt. And I don't know about you, but I think in my lifetime, going to Sunday school and being in church since I was a little boy, I've learned you don't question God. You don't question Him. What God does, God does. And when going through this series, it talks about if you are going to be a committed Christian and be in a committed relationship with Jesus Christ, how do you do that? You do it by having doubts. I had a lot of doubts this week. Matter of fact, this is probably one of the toughest times I've had to talk. And it's probably the toughest thing I would talk about is doubt. Because I've got a lot of doubts this week. Tuesday, I'm in a staff meeting. I don't like staff meetings. Basically, I hate staff meetings. I would do anything possible to get out of a staff meeting. I mean, if someone needs their driveway shoveled, I will shovel their driveway on Tuesday morning so I don't have to go to a staff meeting. Get a phone call Tuesday morning, middle of staff meeting, which is odd, getting interrupted, you know. And he says, she called and said they just called. They're rushing my sister to the hospital. Her sister's 7 months pregnant. She goes, they're rushing my sister to the hospital. I said, okay. I said, I'm in Edinburgh. They're in Pittsburgh. I said, I'll meet you up by Walmart and we'll just go from here. Okay, okay. 5 minutes later, phone rings again. It's Nina. She goes, I just got a call. She goes, she's crying. She goes, my sister's lost the baby. That's the baby that's at 7 months. I said, okay. I said, meet me out here, and we're still going. You know, we got to go. Because we needed to go get Anita's niece. We needed to go take care of Anita's niece. And like, get my stuff gathered up to leave, and Anita calls and says, you got to come meet me. She goes, I can't even drive. So I pick her up and we drive to Pittsburgh. We get there and we take care of her niece, and we go in, and what I didn't realize is when she lost the baby, she still had to have the baby. So on Wednesday afternoon, the baby died sometime Tuesday, maybe Monday. It was between 24-hour and 36-hour period. So on Wednesday, she never had a baby until Wednesday afternoon. And she had a baby girl. And they named her Cara Lee Stewart. And I had a lot of doubt. I had a lot of doubt. You have a good family that is holding their daughter in their arms. That was Dad. So this week I had doubt. I struggled with that because I turn on the news and I see deadbeat parents that shouldn't be parents that have these kids. And that angers me. I see people that struggle to have a child and can't conceive their own child. And I see these parents that shouldn't have kids. Then I see parents that should have kids, that everything's going perfect in their pregnancy, and they lose their child. I had doubt this week, and I come to you today, and I trust God. And Nina and I talked yesterday. We did a memorial service yesterday, and driving back last night, I said, I like to try and think that I'm the person. I like to try and have answers. I'm youth director, so kids come to me and they ask me questions, and I try. And I'll tell people right front, I don't have the answers. I can only talk about what I know. And I said to Anita yesterday, I said, if I was speaking to your brother-in-law and sister, I said, I can only speak of what I know. And I only know that Jesus was there for Cara in her arms, when Cara entered heaven. I said, but I can't answer why. So this week for me was a week that was full of doubt. So I worked on this sermon this week. And to hear someone say, to have a more committed relationship, you need doubt, made me feel like I was actually walking more on my faith journey. I questioned God a lot this week. One of the disciples in Scripture, Thomas, I think the guy gets a bad rap. Throughout everything we read now, he's not Thomas. His name is Doubting Thomas. They call